Hi, David Finkel here, author of The Freedom Formula. And I want to talk with you today about a concept we call strategic depth. Now, as you as a leader inside of your company, whether you are the owner or an entrepreneur or a self-employed professional, or perhaps you're just a manager or a departmental leader or a division manager, or maybe you're a C-suite executive, the idea of strategic depth plays two roles for you. And I want to talk about what this means in a story. So in the fourth chapter of the Freedom Formula, I share the story of Elizabeth Caldwell. She's a really incredibly capable player inside of a Fortune 50 consulting company with offices probably in 100 different countries. I mean, they have 80 or 90,000 employees around the world, tens of billions of dollars of revenue and profit each year. And she's one of the key people that runs a specific division inside their business. And she works, boy does she work. 90 to 100-hour weeks is typical for her, and she's done this for over a decade. And I point out in the Freedom Formula that most people look at that and think, oh, if only I could have my own Elizabeth, or an army of Elizabeth Caldwells who do this. The reality is that's just bad business. Number one, do you really want to be the person that sparks someone else to be working 100-hour plus weeks and not being able to take time away and grinding them down? But the second thing that should spark you, it's bad business, is they've created an amazing vulnerability for themselves. You know, Elizabeth is in her early 50s. If she were to retire or get hurt, remember, they've been grinding her down for over a decade, putting in 100-hour plus weeks with very little vacation time, with incredible stress and pressures on her. If something were to physically happen to her, that department of their company would have major problems with that. We call it strategic depth, the idea that we want to build our company, build our team to have the depth to be able to absorb the shocks or the inevitable losses that happen. People are going to get hurt. Spouses are going to get transferred. People are going to get recruited away. And if none of that happens, someone somewhere is going to retire. And so strategic depth is built on three legs of a stool. The first leg is we want to have really good business systems. We want to document best practice. We want to gather the knowledge. So it's not just on a whiteboard like this, so in the moment the person leaves, we just erase it all. But we want to make sure we have really formalized that. The second thing that strategic depth has is we want to make sure we invest in a cross-trained team. In Elizabeth's case, why wouldn't their company have gotten her a number 2 or 3 person for her to train and to bring in so that between 1, 2, or 3 people, the functional responsibilities that Elizabeth has, other people in her company could handle, the relationships with key customers. And in her case, one specific key customer could be distributed among not just one person, but multiple points of contact. And the final thing, besides systems and a well cross-trained team, is to build strategic depth into a culture. And by culture here, we're meaning things like that, hey, in our company, we believe in covering for each other. We believe in having each other's back. I'll share with you at my business coaching company. This is something we talk about every quarter in our company. We've done this for years. We ask at different departments of the company asks, what are the 1, 2, or 3 things this quarter that we could do that would most increase our strategic depth for the company in this area? Our operations person might say, well, this quarter we could do X and Y. Our finance leader might say, we can do this. Our sales leader might say we can do this. In our coaching staff might say this. So if you do this every quarter, what you're left with when you're done is a company that can not only survive these shocks, but can absorb them and ride them out in a way that gives your company durability, which is what you really need if you want to sustain these gains that you've made by applying the ideas that we've talked about in this video series and in the Freedom Formula book itself. For more, go to chapter 4 of the Freedom Formula for the full details on how exactly to do this.